Hello everyone. Welcome to your new moon reading for June 20th, 2020. This is another Cancer new moon, and we're doing a pick a card reading so that you can see what energies are playing out in your life right now for this new moon, which it's very, very rare that we have another new moon in the exact same sign in a row. And the last month, we were dealing with the eclipse. So this is kind of like a do-over of last month with less intensity. So you may not feel as emotional and as intense as you did the previous Cancer new moon, which is a good thing. But if there was anything that you didn't feel that you got started last month that you wanted to plant some seeds about, new moons are all about manifestation and putting out those intentions and getting those sparks of inspiration and ideas and putting them out to the universe so that they can grow and manifest by the time we get to the full moon. So if you feel like there were things that you didn't get a chance to do last month, then definitely you've got to do over with another Cancer new moon. So I've got 3 different piles for you to choose from tonight. So we've got the purple starfish, and the red-orange starfish, and the blue starfish. Wanted to go with a little bit of a summery theme. I've got these 3 piles. So this would be pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. Let's take a second to just sort of ground and a meditative moment to feel what pile draws you in, and you'll know that that is the one for you. Just adjusting the light a little bit here so that you guys can see really clearly. Sorry for all the squeaking, that would be my chair. Okay, I'm calling in the guides, the guardian angels, and the ascended masters, and let's get on with the reading. So if you were group number 1, then you chose the purple starfish. So let's see, group number 1, what's in store for you on this new moon. So we're starting off with an oracle card. This is from Cathy Nichols' Synchronicity oracle deck. It's a really fun deck, and I really love Cathy Nichols' art. It's very bright, bold, expressive, and to me, these oracle cards, I just got them recently this past month, and I have yet to use them in a reading online, and I'm excited to. I might even do a flip through of these because I have both of her oracles and I'm using them in this reading. So you'll get a chance to kind of see what they're all about, but they're just like, they remind me of summer. The colors just remind me of summer. So you've got In Tune. Well, this is a beautiful card. But it's so much more than what you're seeing in the photo, which is a couple that is obviously in harmony with one another. They're kissing, and they're probably at some sort of carnival, or maybe they're at the Santa Monica Pier if you're in Los Angeles. But this card to me is really more about being in the flow of life, really feeling right now that you're taking everything as it comes and in your stride. There isn't any kind of extreme emotional mood swings from one end to the other. You're really starting to get in a groove, and that's a great energy to start this reading with for you, group 1. Now, these are the Light Seer Tarot by Chris Ann, and you've got the Fool, and it's in the reverse position. I think that because you're in such an emotionally strong place right now, group 1, that you are ready to take a risk, but you might be hesitating just a little bit. You might feel in your own mind that this risk that you want to take is a little foolhardy, but I am getting guidance that it's not, that it's just your own mental fears and old habits and patterns and mindsets that are standing in your way, but that this inspiration, this feeling of like, yeah, you know, I feel good, I feel balanced, I feel ready to take a chance on something, it's your intuition speaking to you. So I don't see this card in the reverse position hindering you at all. You know, this new moon is really confronting all of us with taking a step up to a new level in consciousness. And it's been in the works now for several months. You know, we've gone through a pretty intense eclipse season. This new moon is like, it's that, like I said in the beginning, it's a second chance to set those intentions. And anytime that you start to feel the feels during one of the more intense moon cycles like we had last month, you know, all of those patterns that you're trying to shift and you're trying to break and all the things that you're trying to level up to, you kind of start to doubt yourself. And that is that's normal considering the planetary aspects that we've been dealing with. So just know that maybe this reverse position for the Fool is really more of a little bit of you holding yourself back rather than making a leap that would be to your detriment. And then you've got the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups reversed. So the Three of Cups is all about a harmonious collaboration, friendship, celebration. I think the fact that it's in the reverse position is just kind of makes sense with what's going on in the world right now with COVID. And I'm reading from the United States, and even though I'm hoping that people from all over the world are tuning in, and if it resonates with them, I'm not just reading for one group of people. So this is these pick a card readings. When you come across the reading and you choose a pile, it's meant to speak to you at that time for whatever reason you were drawn to watch this reading. So I feel like, though, that no matter where you are in the world, COVID-19 has affected all of us, and we are all kind of in a new world now. We're not able to just go see whoever we want to see whenever we feel like it. There are precautions we have to take. There are potential consequences. So, the reverse position of this cup is just a little bit of a dampening of your sociability and your summer fun. Yes, and so this confirms everything that I just said about the Fool being in the reverse position, the Eight of Swords. So there's something that, there's a feeling that you have, that you feel trapped, that you feel like your hands are tied. And there is some truth to that because of, once again, the situation that the collective is in. But I'm still feeling that this Oracle card is such a strong message. It's a surprising card to pop out considering all the circumstances, considering the fact that we are dealing with this virus, and it's making things difficult for everyone on every level, not just interpersonally, but personally for all of us. I know many people who are kind of going through a depression right now, and rightfully so. There's so many political ramifications. There's so much uncertainty. No one knows what to believe. So the fact that this card would come up at the start, to me, is such a wonderful place, Group 1, for you to be in. So don't worry about this. This is all, you know, this is all your frustration for feeling a little held back. But let's keep going and see what the next oracle card has to say. Box of Rain. Okay, so Box of Rain is talking about going through that period in your life, or there's those times in our lives where when we look out the window, right, it seems like it's bleak, it's overcast, it's raining, as this painting depicts. But if you'll notice, the rain is actually feeding these flowers and making them grow. So it's saying that with everything that's going on, with you feeling a little trapped, a little bit hesitant about stepping forward, even though you feel this positive energy of feeling in kind of in a really good place, that it doesn't matter, because you putting yourself out there right now is only going to pay off down the road. Just like when the rain happens, April showers bring May flowers, right? Isn't that the expression? Well, I know we're in the summer, but you get the idea. It's telling you that anything that you put in motion now, even though the world feels like it's on pause, it's important, because it's planting the seeds. It's a new moon. It's planting the seeds for something to harvest down the road. You've got the King of Swords in reverse, and this is from the Light Gray Tarot. So the King of Swords in reverse, there's a call for you to be very discerning in the future. I have a feeling that this has something to do with a project that you may be trying to get off the ground. And I feel like this is saying that you need to kind of take a step back, and though you're going to be taking some risks, be very pragmatic about how you do it. Look at it from every angle and bide your time. I love the way this king is holding a sword that's almost like air, like smoke. It's like he's manifesting the sword. And group one, I feel like right now that's sort of how you feel. You're in a leadership position, or maybe you're an entrepreneur and you're leading yourself into some new venture, and it feels like what you're birthing is ephemeral, that it's like it doesn't exist yet, but you're holding it and you're seeing it and you're feeling it in your mind's eye. So just keep that strength, hold that vision, and don't give up on that vision. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is wonderful. And so the Wheel of Fortune tells me that this project that you're sort of fertilizing right now, right? This rain is fertilizing all these beautiful ideas. It just needs a turn of the wheel for it to be the right time. We're just waiting for a new cycle to happen, to begin. And that is right around the corner here. I mean, this is the time, this is the time to take the leap, to trust that you will have celebration, you will have fulfillment and collaboration, that it's your own fears and circumstances of life that are making you feel stuck, but that you are taking lemons and making lemonade, because you're taking the circumstances of life right now that's holding everybody back, and you're still doing the work, and you're still planting those seeds, and you're still thinking of this endeavor that you want to manifest, and you're holding the vision of it, and soon the wheel is going to turn, And by the next cycle, by the next new moon, yeah, you've got a balance happening, because you've got the Knight of Cups. So there's going to be the Knights are always, how do I want to say this? Well, the Knights are all about movement. So this Knight is all about emotional energy, emotional movement. And that emotional energy is going to start flowing for you. As soon as this cycle turns, the emotional passion for this project is going to start to take off. And then your final card is Wolf Moon, Hunger. This is all about passion, Group 1. You have a passion about something, about some project, about some idea that you want to bring forth this month. And these are all showing you the trajectory of confirmation to follow that passion. Follow the passion and allow that hunger to manifest. As long as you stick true to being in tune and in the flow, which you are, don't stop. Don't stop now. Stay present. Stay in touch with everything. Stay in touch with all your senses. Stay in tune with yourself, with that passion, and you will overcome any obstacles. You will be fertilizing that dream, that idea. And when the wheel turns, your emotions will be in balance with your pragmatism, and everything will come together. Wonderful. All right. Let's move on now to our Group 2s. So, if you chose the red starfish, you're my Group 2. Your oracle is the Rebel. Okay, my Group 2s. Well, what do you have up your sleeve for this new moon that you want to manifest? Sounds to me like, well, I should say sounds, because I'm hearing what they're telling me, but I'm also feeling something from this card a lot too. Look at the gaze of this young girl. I mean, she is resolute. There's something that has really gotten under your skin, and you have dug your feet in about some issue, and you are not going to let go until you have your say. There's something going on right now with you in some personal relationship. Let's move forward and see what the cards reveal. But there is, you are definitely, you have an agenda right now that you want to manifest this month. Let's see. Okay. So there was something that you made a judgment call about, but the thing is that it liberated you. It liberated you to becoming a better version of yourself. You really were in a place where you felt emotionally kind of taken for hostage in a way, like you felt trapped, and you didn't feel like you were actualizing all of what you are. And maybe on a more specific level, you didn't feel like you're being heard by somebody else or by a group of people. I'm going to keep going and see what comes out for me, but you really felt like you were being thrown under the bus, and something has shifted in you and in your perspective, that you are not going to let this new moon go by, this cycle, without taking a stand. You've got the moon. Okay. So this is telling me when the moon is coming up, well, first of all, obviously Cancer rules the moon. So this is like, I'm getting a lot of intense energy from this read, group 2. You guys, wow. First of all, lots of water energy here. Lots of blues, you know, which it's like, it's very emotional for you. There is something that is just, getting you revved up and you are ready to let it rip. It's been something that's been like, that you feel has been holding you back, and it's deep in your subconscious. And I have a feeling it's like you felt like you were in a place where you were confused for a very long time about something. It was like, you know, the moon card for me always represents, it's, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with the moon card in the tarot deck, because it depends on which deck I'm reading, right? Because sometimes I like, if I'm reading for myself and I get the moon card, I'm like, oh, what is it I'm not seeing? Like, what illusion am I buying into? You know, why, you know, what mist and haze am I walking through, which is clouding with its beautiful, I mean, the moon, you know, I love the moon. The moon is beautiful. I mean, I love gazing at the moon, but when I get the moon card, I'm like, oh, what is it that I'm not seeing or not willing to see? And I almost feel like there's an element to that for you. Let's keep going and see what else we have here. Page of Swords reversed. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if the Justice card pops up at some point too. I feel like this definitely represents an energy of an individual for me. I'm getting the message that there's been gossip, unfair gossip about you. Someone's communicating things to you and they're not true. This could be a lover. They either, no, like, take that back. It could be a romantic situation. I don't take that part back, but I think there's a third party that has communicated something, or has kind of stirred the pot a little bit, maybe between you and your significant other, okay, and your person, because they've come out with some sort of BS, and you are really not happy about it. Let's see what the next oracle has to say. Balance. Yeah. So the intensity that I get, especially from these first three, that feeling I got, the advice for you is to try to balance yourself through this, because if you don't, I have a feeling that there could be a pretty big consequence. But I'm encouraged by the fact that in this deck, the Judgment card means so much more to me than the traditional Judgment in the tarot deck, because of this imagery. And because of Chris Ann's interpretation of this card, to me, it's like, it's a liberation more than a judgment. It's you finding a part of yourself liberated from releasing that emotion or that stuckness or that hindrance of somebody else's interpretation or somebody else's feeling about you. And you're coming back into balance this month. Let's see. Yeah, we've got the Lovers. We've got the Lovers in the reverse position here. I think you've made a decision. So I do think this is a romantic situation, and I think you've made a decision about your partner. And you're getting your power back. Queen of Wands. And you're also very intuitive about this person. I mean, you kind of you kind of have this person's number. Queen of Wands is very intuitive, very psychic, and very in touch. And you know, you don't suffer fools, group 2. You really don't. You're a strong bunch of people. And it's not going to hold you back. You've got Temperance. I mean, you've got Temperance and you've got the Balance card. I mean, you're a powerhouse. You are mastering this situation like a boss. I'm not kidding. I think I really think that somebody tried to interfere and screw you up in a way. Like there was definitely an energy that was coming in that's saying, trying to throw you off your game, trying to create drama where there doesn't need to be, trying to get your emotions up, but you're not having it because, like, it's almost like you can't be bothered. I love it. I love the mastery and control that this read is. It's a very powerful read, and it's a very, I mean, this read, group 2, you guys are in your power right now. I mean, you are really strong. I love it. I love everything about it so far. Well, it can't get much better. And your outcome oracle is fruition, harvest moon. I mean, everything, you're winning, okay? You've been challenged by somebody who doesn't have your best interest at heart, who's trying to put a wrench in a relationship, whether it's romantic, whether it's a work relationship or a friendship. And they think they can get away with it because they can't figure you out, because you are sort of a lone wolf type. You know, the Rebel card to me is like somebody who goes their own way. And a lot of times that's very threatening to other people. You know, people don't know what to do with that. If you don't fit into their little box of what they think you should be, and you don't feel insecure about them questioning that or challenging that, then they're even more intimidated. So, you know, you've definitely stood out from the crowd, but I mean, you win this situation big time. I don't know what, you know, it'd be interesting to see where you go this month. Please write in the comments if this read resonates with you, and if it is a relationship, a significant other, like a person in your life that you are having a romantic relationship with, or if it's a work thing or what. I'm really curious. But I mean, you've got nothing but good coming to you this next moon cycle. So you go. You guys are in great shape. Great shape. Really, really strong in your power. Way to go, group 2. That's the way we should always feel. Okay. And so now we're going to go on to group 3. If you chose the little blue starfish, then you are my group 3. And we're starting off with soulmate. Oh, wonderful. Wow. I love when the initial card that I turn over is so strong. And in every single instance tonight, for each group, it's been such a strong oracle card. Well, you know, I don't think I need to say too much about this. I mean, I think we all understand what soulmate is all about. You could very well be meeting a soulmate this month. I mean, this could really be somebody very special coming into your life. Let's see what's going on here. 2 of Swords reversed. What stalemate are you feeling like you're in right now? Or what is that about? I'm going to just go a little quicker because, okay. All right, I know. Now I know. So, yeah, we've got group 3. We've got a new relationship coming up. New relationship with a soulmate. And I think that you're a little bit blind to it. This may be somebody that you already know, that maybe you overlooked, like you didn't, you know, they've looked at you, they know you, they're keeping their eye on you, but maybe they're a friend and you've never thought of them that way. Or maybe you just have been, if it's a coworker or something, maybe you've just been too caught up and too busy to kind of get the signals. Or maybe just because of lockdown and, you know, all of what's going on with COVID and all of us not really getting out that much, maybe you just can't see where it's going to come from. But it is present. I mean, they're here. They're here. They're in your life, and it's going to become clearer. Let's keep going and see what we get. Ah, Knight of Pentacles. Yes. And you know what's so funny is that the Knight of Pentacles, I mean, the Knight of Pentacles is a strong, steady knight. I mean, he's a dependable knight. He's not the Knight of Wands who's going to, you know, rush off passionately and sweep you off your feet. He's not, you know, charging towards you half-cocked, you know, like ready to, you know, ready to be super aggressive. The Knight of Pentacles in the traditional tarot is the only knight whose horse is standing still and about to go, but not quite in motion yet. And what I love about the depiction in this deck of the knight is that he is in motion. He and the horse are in motion, but he's not on the horse. It's like they're just strolling, you know, through the field. They're going to get to their destination. But there's a sense of confidence when you look at this knight, and a carefree sort of like someone who's really at ease with themselves. So that's what makes me think that this may be somebody that you know, but you've never considered as a potential soulmate. Or maybe you thought about it, but you kind of put it out of your mind. You're like, I don't know, you know. But it's somebody who is very grounded and is going to be very good for you, because they're going to bring a lot of dependability and safety into your world. It's actually really beautiful. I'm getting like, whew, I'm getting very excited for you guys for group 3, because, you know, it's a tough time right now and we all feel unsafe. And there's a lot of like, there's a beautiful feeling of safety in this for you. I'm really loving where this is going. Let's see. So nurture. Oh, yeah, he's gonna go. He or she, because you know, it could be. Look, it's the knight, but we're not going by gender. We're going by energy, right? So, if you're a guy watching this woman who's in your life, who you may have overlooked, or who's coming in, is a very caring person. They are going to be there for you. This might be somebody that is the one, guys. You might be meeting the one. That's exciting. Queen of Swords reversed. I have my first instinct when this popped up was that it's related to this, to the Two of Swords, and it's you. It's not another third party energy. I don't think it is. But let me turn over another card and then I'll tell you what I think. Gosh, I wish I could remember what this guy... I think this is the Three of Pentacles. This deck is such a beautiful deck. I don't use it that much, to be honest with you guys. Because... I'll tell you why. I'll be honest about it. I don't regret that I own this deck and I have it in my collection. And I'm talking about the Light Gray Tarot. Let me show you the box so you can see. It's an indie deck, but it's a tarot deck by a collective of artists. So it's by 78 different artists have interpreted all the cards of the tarot, and it's, you know, it's almost like I can use this deck in a reading like this and to pick a card reading, but sometimes I have a difficult time using it for reading just one person or for reading for myself, because I feel like there's a disconnect because there's so many different energies contributing to the deck that sometimes I don't feel that cohesiveness when I do the read. But I like using it for pick a card readings because I'm not using the entire deck, you know. But anyway, so I'm not, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not as familiar with the imagery because I don't use the deck as often, but I'm pretty certain that I'm seeing pentacles here, so I'm pretty certain that's the Three of Pentacles. So there's something going on with some kind of creative collaboration here. And you've got also the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. So, you're trying to find a balance. I do think this is you. I think this is your energy, Group 3. I don't think this is a third party. I really think this is your energy, because I think that what's happening for you is there's a blind spot here, you know. You're in this instance, the Queen of Swords in reverse to me means that you know, you're not really on top of your game, and you're not in your heart. You're really in your head, and you're really kind of thinking about this soulmate may be somebody that you've worked with, and you're focused on other things. You're very clear and focused about other things, but you're completely blind to this person in your world that's coming into your world, that's creating this new relationship. And you're trying to find I think you're really struggling lately, Group 3. I get the feeling you guys are really struggling with finding a balance in your life between work and play. And so that's also could be contributing to the fact that you can't see this knight as being your soulmate, because you work with them or you're involved with them in more mundane tasks and you just don't see the romance of it yet, you know. Let's see what the final... Okay, so your final oracle card is Growth, the waning crescent moon. To me, this means that this is going to be This relationship is going to be a big, important relationship in your life because it is going to push you to have a spiritual awakening, or you are going to grow tremendously and level up with your consciousness because of this soulmate, because of this person. It's a very significant relationship that's in your life. Maybe it never becomes romantic. Maybe you guys don't actualize a romance. Maybe it's just a very, very special friend. But I don't think it's I definitely think that it's a duality energy. In other words, like, it could be someone that you could be romantically involved with if you wanted to. Because of the twos. You know, the two is all about not just balance and everything, but it's, you know, it's coupling. It's a relationship. It's, you know, it's two entities coming together. So there's, you know, I really think that it is somebody that has romantic potential. Whether or not you allow it to go that direction because of these two cards, I don't know what you're going to do yet. Maybe you're not quite ready for that. Maybe you're not quite ready for that. It's funny because I almost feel like the other person, your person, doesn't quite see it yet either. Because as I'm looking at this spread, right, you know, he's walking this way. It's like he's walking away from you, not towards you. And I'm looking at this image and I'm seeing someone being blinded by, you know, not seeing what's right in front of them, but trying to, because you're looking in his direction. It's very interesting. But I think what seals the deal for me in terms of the guidance on this read for you guys is that this queen popped up, and she popped up in the reverse. And so for me, that means that there's, you know, you're blocking a little bit right now, whether it's conscious or unconscious. You're just not quite there yet. But the good news is that it's a new moon. So you guys have some time to see if this develops further. But I mean, it will for sure. It's exciting because you just, you know, I don't get a solid answer on whether this is going to be marriage material, the love of your life, your baby mama or your daddy mama. I don't know, how's that? What's the opposite of baby mama for the other gender? I don't know. But anyway, I don't know what the exact outcome of this relationship is going to be, but I'm going to tell you that it's good. I mean, whether it's true love or whether it's deep, deep friendship, it's somebody who really cares about you, who you've known from other lifetimes, who is always going to be there for you. They're solid. Remember, the Knight of Pentacles is a solid energy. And you're just going to grow spiritually from it. It's a significant person in your life. How beautiful, how wonderful. We all need to have a significant person in our lives right now, or at least the faith and the hope that we can again soon. Because so many people right now feel so alone and are struggling, you know, because they're isolated and they can't, it could be because they can't be with their loved ones, or some people are in, you know, we're in transition when this whole thing hit and they don't have, you know, a significant other, or they're single or whatever, and it's been tough. It's been tough on everybody. So you're very blessed, group 3. I'm excited for you. Please let me know in the comments below if this resonates with you, and if there is someone that, you know, maybe you didn't really think about that's kind of in the peripheral of your life that you think, oh, maybe I should take a second look. I would be really curious to find out. So, yeah, that's what I have for all 3 of my groups for the new moon this June 20th, 2020. I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful month. I'm going to be in a couple of weeks, or no, actually a little sooner than that. Within the week, I'll be doing the reads for all the horoscope signs for the month of August. So look out for that. I'm just, getting my legs with my channel, and I just wanted to just say really quickly before I sign off that I really appreciate everybody who have been subscribing and commenting, and I know I don't put out my content as quickly as some other channels do, but that's because I'm still sort of feeling my way through. And I've also had some personal things in my life that have kind of prevented me from being more consistent. But as I go along, I'm really loving giving these readings. I'm really enjoying it. It really is meaningful for me too, especially when I read the comments and I hear from you guys that something really resonated for you or made a difference. It just makes me feel really good, and makes me feel like I'm contributing to some good in the world right now, which I feel like we all need. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And stick with me and subscribe so that you know when the next ones are coming, and I will try to be a little bit more consistent as I go through. But thank you for your patience, and I will see you all very soon. Take care, everybody.